Another thing you need to know about lines is how to compare parallel and perpendicular lines. So parallel lines, and this is a symbol, they have the same slope. So if you have a line that has a slope of 5/3, and then you want to find the slope of a line parallel to it, which again means they'll never touch, that's exactly the same slope. So the slope of the parallel line would just be 5/3. Now perpendicular lines, and this is a symbol which just shows kind of what a perpendicular line is, it means it forms a right angle. When you want to find the slope of those, they're the opposite, reciprocal. So what that means is you flip the fraction and you change the sign. So if you had one line that had a slope of 7/4 and you wanted the slope of the line perpendicular to that, you flip this, so that would be 4/7, and you change the sign. Since this is positive, the new slope would be negative. So these two lines with these slopes would be perpendicular because they have, their fractions are flipped with different signs. So using this information, if you want to find a line that's perpendicular to this right here and goes through a point, again, we're going to have to find our slope and our y-intercept. Those are always the two main things we need. So first, we're going to look at this line and find the slope of this. So the slope, say the old slope, we'll say, of the original line is 1/3. But we want the line perpendicular to that. So our new slope, we have to flip that fraction and change the sign. So 1/3 would flip to 3/1. And then because this is a positive, this would become a negative. And when you have something like this, you can reduce it and just write that your slope is -3. So now we need to find the y-intercept. So again, we have an x, a y point, and we have our m point. So we can plug that into our formula and just solve for b. So this would be 8 equals -3 times -3 plus b. So when we solve that, we would have 9 plus b. And when we subtract, we would get -1 as our y-intercept. So now we have our m, we have our b, and we just write that in the formula. So this would be y equals -3x minus 1. And that would be your new line. So these two lines right here, they would be perpendicular to each other.